Hello everyone, it's me Luthfia. Today we are going to learn about issues in language learning. Nowadays, there are a lot of research about language learning. It is good because the teacher can learn about a new language teaching or update some issues in language learning from the research. However, there are still many findings that being discussed among the researchers, and maybe the teacher should consider about these issues. What are they? Let's get started. Okay, the first issue is the mind is computer. It means that the language we use is the result of an innate human capacity. So if someone wants to learn a new language, he or she should get the input. The input must be comprehensible. It means that um, the input should be on the person's level of proficiency. That's why Stephen Carson proposed comprehensible input technique to be applied in the teaching learning process. So, what is comprehensible input? Comprehensible input is an instructional technique in which the teacher provides input that allows students to understand most, but not necessarily of the language. So, for example, we will teach intermediate level class about reading. Then we will give the student a reading passage. So we have to prepare a reading passage that come from lower advanced level. By doing this comprehensible input technique, the student will learn about the language naturally. The second issue is explicit and implicit knowledge. If Stephen Carson stated that learning language implicitly will have a good results for the student, another researchers state that by learning the language explicitly, it will also have great results for the student. So everyone, which one you prefer, teaching language explicitly or teaching language implicitly? Both of them have their own advantages and disadvantages. The third issue is language is a forming habit. This finding is based on audiolingual method theory that state the more something is repeated, the better habit would result. One way to help the student have a good language habit is by doing drilling. However, during the time, drilling is not really effective to be applied in a classroom since it has some deficiency or some drawbacks. To overcome the lacks of drilling, some researchers suggest the teacher to refashion the drilling by combining drilling with other activities such as game or role play. So everyone, have you refashioned your drilling? The fourth issue is language is communication. It is believed that encourage the student to use language to communicate in the classroom will have a great result in the student's learning. So if we want to reach the goal, which is make the student to be able to use the target language actively and communicatively, we can apply communicative approach in the teaching and learning process. The fifth issue is language, is grammar, and vocab. It means that the teacher is not only teaching how to use language communicatively, but also teaching grammar and vocab. Some researchers suggest in teaching grammar, the teacher must focus on what is teachable. It means the teacher should teach grammar that are easy enough to explain and for which students are ready. For the difficult grammar, the student can learn about it from the input. For the vocab, the teacher should focus on the word cluster and chunk together, and the purpose of this chunk within an act of communication. The sixth issue, or the last issue in language learning, is the role of L1, or native language. Some researchers stated that sometimes the teacher can use L1 or native language in the target language class to convey the meaning when it is needed. So, everyone, uh, how about you? In your opinion, is the role of L1 important? Let's move to the next topic. So, from explanation, it can be concluded that practice makes perfect if it is conducted in the meaningful practice. Students tend to learn well when they interact with others. Grammar is not the important thing, and the students will always involve one. So that's it about issue in the language learning. If you have any question or comment, you can drop it in the comment section below. See you in the next video. Goodbye.